Consistency day 47. When you have pain, God has a purpose. We all been there where we feel like everything is just slowly crushing us. Everything's slowly sinking in on us. Our world's, coming to an end. The walls just keep coming in to crush us. Nothing's working out. Nothing's adding up. We're sad. We're lonely. We're questioning why is everything going wrong? Can anything go right? And all you need to know is that when you have pain, God has a purpose for you. There's something good or better coming down the line, coming right around the corner. You might go through a season of just destitute, loneliness, bad things happen, but you will be rewarded. Something good's coming from it. You just have to learn that your wounds will bring wisdom. When you're having delays, things are being delayed for you, it's changing your direction. You're being redirected. Your struggle is to refine you. Like gold. Gold is refined in fire. So are we. And God will have things happen to purify us. He'll have things to break us in order to rebuild us. And we have to understand and learn and come to grips with, in order to have a transformation, there has to be destruction in your life. There has to be something bad. You have to be broken down in order to rebuild. And that's part of the journey. That's part of life. Life's journey is that of creating, building, destroying, dying, living, all these things, in different orders. But that's what life is. It's all these elements wrapped into 4,000 weeks. If you're blessed to live to, 70, 80 years old, you're going to experience all this: love, heartbreak, laughter, crying. You're going to see new life being brought into the earth. You're going to see life leaving this earth. It's just an unfortunate part of it, but there's a beauty into it. Like I said, a new baby's birth is a beautiful, but, seeing a loved one or a friend die and leave this earth at a funeral, or maybe even witnessing their death it's not fun. But there's always a balance, and you have to just know that at the end of the day, everything works out. And when you're in your struggle, you're in your valleys, you got to keep walking. You can't stay there. You're climbing a mountain, you can't camp out there. You got to keep climbing. You're in that valley, you got to keep walking. Eventually, you'll get out of it. And when you're at your peaks, you'll appreciate life a lot more. And you'll understand that the valleys were there to build you. The valleys were there to make your legs stronger. The valleys were there to make your mindset be able to handle all the positive life stresses, being able to lead a family as a man and a husband, in order to, birth and raise beautiful, taken care of and cherished children as a good mother, to build a business that leads 5,000 employees, to lead a business that is doing billions of dollars in revenue, to create a small business or a charity that uplifts a community or even helps the world, to get to a situation where you're no longer poor and you're providing for your family and you create generational wealth, in order to fall in love and help somebody that, if you aren't mentally strong enough and a leader, you wouldn't be able to help them. And they're destined to marry you and reproduce with you. But you need to be at the level you need to be at. But without pain, there's no perspective. And your perspective is what's going to allow you to understand the world, understand the good, the bad, the ugly, the joyful moments. It's going to let you understand that our emotions are temporary. Our emotional pain and our physical pain will not last forever, no matter what. For whoever had the worst of both of those eventually died. That's the cruel end to it, but they're not in that pain anymore once they're dead. So why worry about something that's not going to be forever? You have to continue to go, continue moving, continue building, continue improving, continue the journey. And that's what life is. And know that, man, your pain has a purpose. Maybe your pain is to help somebody else down the line. Like I said, your wounds bring wisdom, and maybe your wisdom will inspire others. It will give you a story. It will give you a testimony to speak and impact the world, impact millions of people, impact maybe even one person. But what if that one person you impact is somebody that was thinking of, ending their life? What if that one person you impacted is the person that finds a cure for, cancer, or a cure for some disease that we can't do? What if that person becomes, I don't know, the smartest person in the world, whatever, something very impactful, but your story was their turning point. Your story is what inspired them. Because our job is to leave the world better than it was. Our job is when we meet people, we leave them better than they were when we met them. We inspire them. We help them uplift. We push the next generation forward. But we have to withstand a lot of harsh learnings, harsh pain, harsh, elements, things like that. It's like your parents and your grandparents telling you the story of them going to school and how they had to climb 10,000 mountains and go through a blizzard and walk down, no shoes. Some of that's exaggerated, but each generation, things do get harder and easier. Schools are better depending on how you look at it. But like, our life is easier. Like, we have freaking in America, at least, like the average 6-year-old, 7-year-old probably has a cell phone, probably has an iPhone. People, even my generation, and especially the generation before me, we were lucky to have one in high school. So life improves. It gets better each generation. Now, the world might be going to, it might be kind of ruined, but that's a battle between good and evil. So we won't get into that. That's a different story for a different day. Just know that your individual pain is just part of your story. It's your purpose. It's your life, and it's a beautiful thing. And life is going to have the bad chapters, but you're going to have a great ending as long as you push through, you persevere, you stay persistent, consistent, you stay diligent, you keep trying to be a good person, you do things for others, you give more than you take, and you'll see God has a purpose where you thought you were just having pain. And you'll understand it, and at the end of your life, you'll look back and you won't have a regret. You won't have any worries. You won't have any, man, well, maybe this should have happened. This should have happened. No, what was supposed to happen happened, and you'll realize it. But it's not, we don't realize it in our time. We realize it in God's time, and we just have to accept it. But once you start to accept it, that's when life gets good. You understand that I can get through anything, I can overcome, and I can win. And you will win as long as you do not give up on the journey. So I wish you peace and blessings on the journey.